Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Oliz and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, we made a sheep farm right over there to try to collect some sheep and breed them and all that fun stuff and send them over here to our system so that we can start auto crafting things like covered cables and working our way up to basically dense cables, because we're going to want to get plenty of wool. So how much do we have right now? We have a little bit. We're going to progressively get more, especially as those guys breed and all that fun stuff. So we're eventually going to have a lot of wool that we can then use to get covered cables and more AE system stuff, basically, because yeah, channels aren't doing too good. By the way, it's Christmas. Well, technically, it's Christmas Eve today. This episode should be going out on Christmas Eve, except it's a little late, and I don't know what time we'll get out. So, yeah, we have a bunch of sheep over here. We have a rancher, and we have a breeder. The breeder is going to make more babies. Basically, whenever they can, we just have to stand away from them, out of aggro range, and they'll breed and they'll make stuff. And then the rancher is shearing them. There's plenty of grass. They're getting the wool and all that fun stuff. So everything is working out pretty nicely. So yeah, I'm just gonna let that run and leave it there, and everything will be good. So today, the main thing I want to start working on is we are going to be moving our processing system down over here. The reason being is because we can. I don't like how not full that is, but that's full. I don't know. So we're going to move our processing system. We're going to move these machines over there as well. Yeah, we have plenty of power for solar panels and all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to move all of this stuff over here to this section of our base, and do some upgrades and whatnot. So it should be good. Let's first of all, I want to grab some more toast sandwiches. Can we do like half a stack? We sure can. So I went to the end and I got a bunch of ender pearls because we're gonna need those today. A bunch of enderman heads and other stuff from killing all the endermen. We got a couple treasure bags from Thaumcraft, so might as well open those and see what we get. We didn't get much. So just a bunch of stuff that I got, and I did all that just because I really needed to get more ender pearls. We're gonna need some enderium to do what I want to do, so that was the point basically. So because we don't have that much enderium, not at all. So I think what I want to do real quick is we're gonna make a couple new machines. So if we take a look at dust, so we have all these different iron ore dusts and all this kind of stuff. And what we can do with this is we can smelt it into a single piece of iron, or we can pulverize it. Well, or we could smelt it in the smeltery for 2 pieces of iron. Well, I want to pulverize it, and then we're going to cook those. We're going to cook the pulverized iron to make a bunch of iron pretty easily. Now, I do believe that all the dust can be pulverized and doubled, except for... I believe all of them can, except for platinum can, aluminum. Aluminum is the only one that requires direct smelting, so we're going to have to deal with that, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I also don't think we're going to use the storage drawers anymore. How much space do we have down here in our drive? We should have plenty. So we're going to use the drives. We're going to put everything into the AE system and then expand that as we need to. So first thing I want to do is we're going to make a pulverizer. And we're just going to make a basic one because the machine frames don't actually matter. And you can upgrade the stuff with just the machine. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna need a pulverizer. Have I taught this how to make machine frames yet? Nope. All right, we're gonna need 2 machine frames, which requires 2 gears. 10 gears. Can I make these? I can make those. And then machine frame. Awesome. So we're gonna need a pulverizer. We're gonna need some copper gears. Copper gears can only be made with a smeltery, so we're gonna need like, let's get like 16 worth. And I don't think I've already have like copper or anything in here. Nope. So we'll put that in there, and then we're basically gonna stop using the smeltery. But let's grab all of this stuff. And what we can do is we can start, unblocking it. And just throw it all into our AE system. Because that's what we're going to want. So let's just throw all this stuff in here. We have so much aluminum. Aluminum's not really that useful, to be perfectly honest. You can make pistons out of it, though. So do we have a piston recipe? We do. Let's actually change this to use aluminum instead. And normal oak wood. And then that way we can actually use all of this aluminum. Alright, so can we get some copper gears? We can. Awesome. So let's grab all of this stuff, and we're gonna hit the wrong buttons because that's what I always do. And we should be able to just pick up these guys and continue getting more stuff. $11 blocks of steel. That's not too bad. And then there we go. Pick up these guys. So I still want to have the smeltery up and running, and I'm going to keep it here. But basically all it's going to do is sit here and give me copper gears and stuff like that. Eventually we might set up a small smeltery for things like this, just depending on how much we need to automate. It really just depends on that. So let's go ahead and get all of this stuff in here. And let's grab our toast. And then let's continue making the pulverizers. So we are almost there. We just need this guy and a piston. So the pulverizer is made. Now we can upgrade that, and we will here in a minute. Then the other thing we need is another redstone furnace. And these guys are not too bad either. We just need some bricks. So we need, if I can type, do I not have any clay? I didn't think about that. Do we have any clay over here? If not, that is something that eventually we're going to automate, and it will be really easy to automate. But as it is right now, we don't really have access to. Simply anyways. So clay is just made from dust in a barrel with water. I don't think we have any automation with that yet. I don't see any. Actually, yes we do. It's right over here. I automated this a long time ago. Forgot about this. So we need 2 bricks. We need 2 pieces of clay. A lot of these systems I'm going to move and hook them up to the AE system, and basically whenever I need them I can automatically make them. That's the plan anyways. So let's head over here. We'll drop downstairs and use this guy. Not that guy, this guy. Cook those up real quick and they'll get sent back up to the AE system and everything's good. So something that we're also going to want to do, and unfortunately we don't have the channels for it right now, we're going to want more machines hooked up to our AE system, and that's something that I would like to try to do. Can I teach? Alright, first of all, can I make blank patterns? Can I make like 20 of those? I sure can. Now we're going to want to make dense cable. I'm going to try to automate some more stuff today. Basically everything is always going to be automated. So we need, in order to do this, covered cable, which is just wool and ME cable, which the system already knows how to make. So we'll just teach that, and we'll go ahead and take one. And then we should be able, if we throw this in the system, we should be able to make dense cable, like so, and like that. Now the whole reason for doing that is we're going to want a couple pieces of dense cable, like 2. So hopefully we can make that pretty easily. Now the reason we want dense cable is dense cable allows you to transfer 32 channels. So if we put that here instead of the smart cable, what will happen is we'll have 32 channels here. So we can use a lot more, we can do a lot more with this than we have. And I just want to kind of keep, actually let's do it right here. I want to keep an eye on just how many channels we're using. We're using 4. So what we actually want to do is put this here. And can I tell this not to connect? No, I have to use a thing for that. How do I want to do this? Let's take this one out, and let's take this one. We're going to do this. So now this is using 8 channels, but we can add more channels to this guy. So what we're going to do is trying to think what's going to be the easiest way to do this. We need another interface, and I want yet another machine. Actually, I want 2 more machines. 3 more machines. But that's going to be a little bit more complicated than I want to do today, so let's just get that redstone furnace. And we'll see what we have time-wise to do some more automation. Or do I want to just go ahead and do it? Let's get 2 bricks. Let's get the redstone furnace and do that. So, you know what? Let's do it this way. I have some of the machines that I need over here already. Let's just grab these and we'll upgrade them. So the induction smelter, the magma crucible, and the fluid transposer. We're just going to upgrade these and go from there. So I also want to upgrade all of these, which is why I want to automate it, because 6 upgrades is going to be annoying to do. So if we want to upgrade these guys, we're going to need electrum gears, which have to be cast out. That's fine. Signalum gears, which also have to be cast out. And we're going to need Enderium gears, which also need to be cast out. So electrum we have a decent amount of. We're going to have 5, so we need 20. So that we have 4 each. Yes, so 20 electrum. We're going to need 20 signalum and 20 enderium, which we have 10, and we have 7 signalum. So that's the stuff we're going to need to upgrade a little bit. Now, I really want to do the ore system, but I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to start doing some more upgrading for this stuff. Let's get a bunch of cable, ME glass cable, so that we can actually move some stuff around a little bit. Let's get like 20. Can I do that? Yes. Knows how to craft those. Doesn't know how to craft pure fluix, which is fine because I don't really care about that. One of these days we're going to do some more quests. But right now I just want to get stuff to the point where I can automatically make things. So do we have the ME cables yet? Yes. Now we're also going to want 1, 2, 3. We're going to want at least 2 more interfaces. So let's get those. And we're going to want some item ducts. We're going to want some servos. I should really teach this how to make servos. Just these would be fine. And then the other thing I need to teach it is how to make the iron nuggets. But I should have plenty more blank patterns. This way I can easily get more stuff. Because we're going to need some more servos. Let's craft like, I don't know, 10 of those. Sounds good. No processors. Because that's taking a while for some reason. Alright, there we go. So, servo. I need to do so many upgrades with this stuff, but we'll get there. Alright, so down here, really all of this stuff is kind of a mess, but what we can do, I need flux ducts as well, or are they conduits in this? I don't remember. Nope, they're flux ducts. Alright, so let's grab a whole bunch of redstone energy flux ducts because I have a whole bunch of them, and we'll drop down here. And let's pick up all this stuff. If I can, and we'll pick up this stuff. And what we'll do is we'll set it like here. So what I want is 4. That'll be fine. And then we can run power. Honestly, we could run power underneath these blocks. And just drop it down from here. And we just take these guys. We wrap it like that. And then we have a little bit of a space for expansion. Let me think about this. Let's actually drop it here. And I wish this was 1 over. I could move it, but that'd be a lot of work. So we're going to want our, not basic stuff, we're going to want our resonant furnace, our resonant pulverizer. Now these guys should still have their augments. We're going to want, eventually it's going to be a resonant, so this is the furnace, this is the pulverizer. So anything that pulverizes, so like that, those are like all furnace recipes. So that, those are all furnace. Stone, sand to gravel, and I bet this one also is a pulverizer. Because I'm trying to think. These are silicon with Certus quartz dust. Yeah, that is definitely a pulverize. So then what we can do is grab our item ducts, and like we had it before, and then just some servos, always active, and everything's good. So the only thing I want is facades. What are they called? So at thermal, they are called, I swear there's something that you can use to cover this stuff. Structure ducts, no. Covers. So it's combined with a block to create covers. So we need to make some of these guys. Should not be much of a problem at all. And this will allow us to basically just make more stuff. So we can make it look nicer. So we'll get some stone bricks and some structure ducts. These guys. 6 should be enough. We can just combine these and we'll get a bunch of covers. And we just come down here. And what it does is, actually let's break this one. And we'll just switch that there. Break that. And then we can just do this. And cover all of this up. And I want something like that, and then that, and they should connect. They should still get power and all that fun stuff. So now that we have all that, let's get some of these machines upgraded. And that looks a lot nicer. And then this just needs to go into a interface. It doesn't really matter which. So now we can have a little bit more space for machines. And what we're going to want to do is get more of the augments. And you know what? Let's just tell it how to make the augments if they aren't too bad. So we want these augments. So we'll teach it how to make redstone reception coil. That's fine. We'll teach it how to make this guy once we get one of these. We'll teach it how to make this. And let's teach it, I don't know if it knows how to make pyrotheum dust. Does it? No. But we're almost out of interfaces, so let's get like 2 more interfaces. 3, 4, and a couple more. We'll get those in a moment. But then augment. We'll teach it how to make this. And pulverized coal, we could probably go ahead and teach. Coal. So we'll do a different thing. And we can put that in with the pulverizer. Wait, does it already know how to make... It already knows how to make a redstone reception coil. Alright, and then blaze powder we're going to get. So for now, it doesn't need to know how to make that. But we can then go back to augments. And what's the last one? There we go. So what we can now do is... Oops. Take a look at these, and we're going to want 5 sets of augments. So we already have one of these, so we're going to need 4 more of these. we're going to need 5 of these and 5 of these. We're missing a bunch of gold. So we'll get the top speed ones soon enough. So interfaces, and then let's go ahead and tell it to make 10 of these guys. We're missing 10 gold, so let's make 5. Can we make 5? No, we're missing still gold and Fluix dust. Fluix dust, though, we can teach it how to make. So what we can do is Fluix crystals. We come down here, and this will be a good test to make sure everything is working properly. So we just throw that in there, and it eats it up really quick. Because I love it. It's so fast. It's amazing. And now if we look for Fluix, we have 1. Because it is a 1-to-1, right? This stuff. Yes. And we just encode that. And we can put that in with the pulverizer as well. So flushing out all of this stuff is going to be good in the long run. So let's get, first of all, let's get this smelting. So 20 electrum. Now, if we want to upgrade these machines further, we're going to need a bit of redstone. So we need 20 signalum. Signalum is made. Can I make this in here? The only question is to destabilize redstone. We can if it's colored blocks. Or normal. It just requires 2500 C, which I don't think we can do. I don't know how hot lava is. I wish it said. And I don't actually know off the top of my head. So I think we're going to have to magma crucible that. Which is not that big of a deal. But each bucket makes 4. So that would be, let me think. I need 20. I need 16. So I need 4 recipes worth. So I need 10 more redstone. And we put that away. And we're going to need 3 more ender. So something like this. So what we can do is if we get some buckets, we can just hook the magma crucible up and smelt all this stuff up and be good. So let's get the ender pearls. And we can start getting, at the very least, most of this other stuff. So what we're going to be doing, if we can at least get 2, we can upgrade this guy. But we'll do this manually. That's fine. So we'll get 5 of these guys, 5 signalum gears, and 5 enderium gears, and then we'll be able to upgrade these machines to go faster as well. Right now, the important ones is we need 3. 3 is going to allow us to kind of automate all this stuff, and there's going to be a little bit of stuff that's weird. But I guess I have to put that in the fluid transposer. Does this have... Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't want to place all those. Does this have any power left? It does. Cool. So we can put this in here. We get 2 buckets, put them right here. We're also going to need all the other ground up stuff. And then basically what we can do is teach the system how to make all this stuff. So we're going to need silver. We're going to need platinum or shiny. we're going to need tin, and I believe we need copper. Now, the ratios, I don't remember. So let's just grab some stuff. Do we have the molecular assemblers yet? Oh, wait, no, I didn't make those because we were out of stuff. Alright, so we'll just come down here. And, alright, if we want Enderium blend, we need 2 tin, silver, and shiny. And I believe we had 3 of those. So something like that. And then if we want Signalum, which I believe we needed 4 of these, it's 3 copper and a silver. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 12. And that should be all of the pulverized stuff. And the thing is we can teach the system how to make all this stuff. So we can put this stuff in, and we just look up pulverized, grab all that, and we should be able to make the Enderium and all that fun stuff, no problem. So 10. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then 1. And then these 2. 2, 3, and 4. Now, Signalum can be just smelted straight up. Which, can't I just put this in the smeltery? Yes. And then Enderium, can I put this in the smeltery? I can. Cool. So we'll just do this. And we can get the Signalum gears and the other gears, no problem. And it will just take a moment to cast this all out. But then we can upgrade all these machines. So then what I can do is we can head back over here, pick up these guys, and basically just wait for this all to smelt. But once we have this all taken care of, then we can go ahead and get all these machines upgraded, and then start automating even more stuff. So yeah, then later what we can do is we can upgrade all of these machines. We'll have 6 of all of these. I can auto craft the metals. I just throw them in here and they're good to go. So I'll teach the system how to make Enderium blend and all that kind of fun stuff, and everything will be good. So this should be the last Signalum. And then I don't know why these are taking so long to cook, but they are. And we can just start pouring it out. We'll have to do that again, but there should be 3 sets of gears here. So a lot of work initially for this stuff, but it's going to be super fast and super efficient. And eventually, like I said, I want to take a smeltery and we'll put it down. And as long as we're just making gears, if we look at the gears, we can make bronze gears. We can make a copper gear. We can make 10 gears. Iron gears, you need to cast out. Gold gears, you need to cast out. That would make electrum though. So I'd have to be careful a little bit with how I do this, but oh, cool. So there's all of them. So I'll kind of think about it and decide later, but you know, presumably we can make most of the stuff that we'll ever need with just completely automated, and that is ideally the goal. So if we want to make these guys, so we're gonna need this. We can do the induction smelter. We can do all of these guys. So the ones that are important are these first three. And then if we want the next level, we're going to need hardened glass. So how many of that do we have? Do we actually have enough? No. But for right now, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just make, at the very least, the induction smelter, these three guys. Because these guys are the important ones. So I will go ahead and make that a resonant, but I'll leave this guy waiting. Because I don't think you can just jump. No. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up the induction furnace first. So we can make the hardened glass. Hardened glass is obsidian and other things. So next would be magma crucible and this. Actually, no, I wanted the well, I didn't want that one there anyway. So it's magma crucible could be right here, and then we want the fluid transposer right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an item duct like so, and we'll put this guy. He'll get augments later. Insert from the back, output out the top, everything. And then we'll just put a servo here. These have automatic output. Never mind, they don't need these. And then for this, we're going to have this guy pulling from there, pushing into here. And this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, because what we'll need to do is filter, pull, and export. So let's turn all this off. So you will get just the liquids there. You will get import from the top. So we'll put a servo here, and this will have a whitelist, always active. And then I think to make this easier, this one will actually get a servo here, and we'll just configure this to do output there. And the servo will be always active. So that should work. We're gonna have to mess around with this a little bit. Right now, the only thing that we're gonna need to do, I have on me. So this will be filtered whitelist bucket. Now I don't think a bucket can go in here. No, so it shouldn't be a problem. If we teach this, hey, 4 ender pearls and a bucket will get you a bucket of resonant ender. So we'll test that here in a second. But these guys should all work, and it should be a problem. For right now, there is a concern, but not much of one, for things like, so if we wanted to craft a bunch of stuff, it could get confused with what needs to go into the induction furnace. We'll probably have to fix that later. But for right now, let's get hardened glass. Hardened glass is lead and obsidian. So let's get some obsidian. We're going to teach this how to crush it. So 1 obsidian becomes, what is it, 4? Or is it 2? I think it's 4. So we'll put this in here. So 1 obsidian becomes 4. Obsidian dust. So we'll teach that. And then we'll teach it that 4 obsidian and a piece of lead becomes a becomes the hardened glass. And I don't remember how much it is, but I don't have the lead. I forgot to grab the lead. Alright. I really wish this mod pack had elevators. The previous Agrarian Skies 1 did. So I don't know why it's not in this, but oh well, whatever. We'll live. So this is really slow. We're going to fix that with augments here in a moment. But that will give us 2 hardened glass. So we can go ahead and test this and make sure it works. That gives you 2 hardened glass in code. We come over here, Insight Induction Smelter, hardened glass. And now we can do, let's go ahead and get another 2 pieces of hardened glass. It'll do its thing, and it should output 2 hardened glass. And then what we do is do this. We can put the pulverizer there. So there's the hardened glass. It's slow right now. We'll fix that in a moment. 5. Can I get 5 of these? No, we need 25 gold. That's right. How much gold do we have? We have none. And then it's the signalum gear. And then silver with the enderium gear gives us that. So we have basically all the stuff we're going to need for later. The interfaces are going to be down with the are going to be over here, so we have more room for crafting. In fact, let's go ahead and set these up, except for one of them. So we can put, actually we'll do it that way, and then we'll put one over there. So this should have 8 channels out of 8, but this guy should be giving out like 14 channels. So we have 8 channels going there. Actually, one of these shouldn't, actually, hold on, we have 4 and 8. So this is probably not getting a channel. That doesn't need one. Oh wait, no, that doesn't need one either. It just needs power. So that's fine. And that's powering that. So that's only just getting power. It's not actually using any channels. Forgot about that. So there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 6 channels off of this. So we have 2 more channels that we can run, and one of those, honestly, I think I'm just going to dump everything into this guy, and it's going to take everything where it needs to go. So that'll be fine. We shouldn't need another thing. So anyways, the other thing I want to test is if we get ender pearls. So we get 4 ender pearls. We can teach this guy that 4 ender pearls and a bucket gives you something special, and that is the molten stuff. So let's go ahead and augment, not like that. Augment these guys to what we can. And there we go. So, and you know what? Let's go ahead and set up these guys. So we have power coming under here. Let's take this all the way over here. And I will get the covers here in a moment. So we do that. And we're going to put redstone furnace here. Pulverizer here. Pulverizer is eventually going to get input from there. It's going to output everything into here. And this guy is going to get input from these 2 and output everything this way. And then we'll just run item ducts like so. So I'll fix that up here in a moment. But let's go grab some gold, which we should have. And then we can do the things and everything will be good. We'll have the gold that we need. Do I have a stack? I have way more than a stack. This is probably over. Actually not. Cool. That's actually really nice. So this way we can get some gold and do the things we want. So the other thing is, let's go ahead and throw a bucket in here and the ender pearls in there and see if that works, at least to the point where I want it. Alright, so this can get an augment or 2. That's going to speed it up considerably. And this will get a couple augments. So we'll start getting some gold. Alright, so I needed to have it on this, but the liquid will only go where the one place is. So that's fine. So we should be able to get bucket. What is it called? Resonant Ender? Or did it go back in? It did. So we're gonna have to filter that for buckets only. That shouldn't be too bad to do. But let's see if we can at least get this. If we can, then we can also do the redstone. So we'll encode that, and we'll put that with the magma crucible. Now, do we have a filter? I think we can get a piece of glass. I think that's going to be easy enough. It'll be a second, but we'll get a filter so that basically blacklist anything that is supposed to go into the other. Well, actually, we'll whitelist what's supposed to go in there. Basically, whatever is pulled out of the other thing. So whitelist buckets. So that should work. Now let's request another bucket worth, and we're gonna do all the pulverized stuff as well. So Enderium, for example, is Enderium blend rather is 210 silver and shiny. So we need 10 silver, and I'm taking 2 of these on purpose, and shiny. And what we can do is actually let's just go pulverize each of these, and this is we're gonna have like 4 recipes additionally in here. So 1, 2, and 3, and we'll just come up here, and we're gonna put, actually I need in here pulverize, let's see, silver, let's see, 10, and then shiny, and then we can teach the crafting recipe of Enderium, which is like so. And then we can also, if we get some pyrotheum dust, we can teach the system that as well. So molecular assembler needs the Enderium. The pulverizer gets these guys. And unfortunately, we're going to need to do something fancy if we want more stuff. So we can't do Signalum as well, unless we want to get rid of one of these guys, which we're going to do eventually, so that might not be a bad idea. Other than that, flour. Is there another way to make flour? Grindstone. We can make flour like this, but we have to make dough, which requires salt, which salt is not hard to get, but require buckets of water, and unless we have cactus juice or another fluid transposer system. Now these guys are disabled, unfortunately, otherwise we could use those. So I'll have to figure that out if we want to make Signalum automatically like this, but otherwise we could get rid of these by just having the pulverizers for our system put excess into barrels and then just look at the barrels, basically. So if we get some Enderium blend, we should be able to craft one of these. And then if we get the pyrotheum dust, Enderium, we should be able to tell this that, hey, how do you make it? So Enderium blend. So 2 of these with 1 of these gives you 2 of these. Right? Yes. And then we just put that in the induction smelter. Not that. You put the pattern in. And now we can make Enderium. Now let's see if this works. Let's try to make a little bit of Enderium. So it's going to craft everything. So we're going to go down and look and see what happens. And hopefully this works correctly. Nothing's in there. Was it really that fast? Or did it mess up? Where is it? That's messing up. Which I figured as much. I think we need another filter there. I think that's the problem, is it's pulling out of one and not putting stuff in the others. So let's grab a filter. We'll come down here, and what we'll do is we'll filter this to be a blacklist of buckets and ender pearls, I guess. Because I have a feeling that's what happened, is the ender pearls also went in there. I really should make another terminal down here, but I'm hoping that all of this is going to just be the automated stuff. Or actually, no, let's do it the other way, because that's going to be complicated. Let's waitlist the bucket of Enderium. So let's get 4 ender pearls. And all of this stuff. Let's get this stuff down here ready to go. And I'll just try to click this, get it, and then we're going to whitelist this. So the only thing this can accept is the finished product, which we have in our hands. So let's try to make some Enderium. That doesn't really matter, but I'd rather just have it try to make the whole thing. Let's try to make 4 Enderium, and we'll see if this works. Hopefully it does, and we'll be good to go. I don't think it's going to work. Why wouldn't it work? So this is trying to pull out buckets. Can I like... I don't remember how that works. I'll be honest. So, of course, it's the magma crucible that's going to be messing up on me, because I don't know how to make this work quite how I want it to. Put the pattern in there. And I have an idea of something we could do, but I don't know that it would work. And so, I doubt that this made it already. Yeah, it's trying to craft those. So since the 4 ender pearls and all that kind of stuff in here, so it's expecting this in here. So let's just send that in there, and we should see this guy kick on, and this isn't a problem. So we're also going to throw that stuff in there and let it go. So we just made a whole bunch of Enderium. I'll try to figure out the best way to fix the magma crucible and all that. But let's grab 5 more upgrades with this, now that we have a whole bunch of gold. And we should also be able to make the molecular assemblers. So let's make like 10 of these. And that'll take some time, but it'll go and do its thing. And next time, because we are pretty much out of time. This went on a lot longer than I wanted it to. Next time we will finish up. I'll make all the gears and all that kind of stuff off camera, and we will bring the cobblestone generator and all that stuff down here, and we'll get this all set up and all nice and neat and perfect, and we will have an amazing new ore processing system. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!